Here's my all-in-one strategy and product to detail carpets, plastics, and mats all at once and in half the time with one chemical and one tool. What's going on, guys? Luke here with Wilson Auto Detailing and AutoDetailer.com. The interior of the Chevy Traverse behind me is just a classic version of a regular detail. There's nothing special to what I am showing you in this before section of the carpets. And the product, just as a spoiler alert, that I'm going to be using here is Zap It from Superior Products. I want to set up the context here because this is not always my approach to detailing carpets, but it is often my approach. As you're looking at the before, you'll notice nothing out of the ordinary. For most detailers, the interior carpets vacuuming and shampooing is one of the areas that takes the longest amount of time. And I have, over the years, learned to speed that up pretty dramatically in situations like this. This is an example of an interior that does not need any crazy extraction or steaming or super heavy-duty chemicals on the interior. However, the carpets are black, number one. You are dealing in a lot of ways with the impossible carpeting, number two. And number three, there is kind of a weird kid smell, food smell left over, which would indicate that you might want to use something like an enzyme cleaner. So how is it that we make this faster, given that we want to do a little bit of odor removal as well as clean and detail the carpets to the maximum level? Well, here it is step by step. The very first thing I'm going to do is take actually a leaf blower and I'm going to blow out the entire interior, including the floors, before I even remove the mats, because if you don't blow off the mats like this and you pull out the weather mats, you're going to spill a bunch of that surface dirt onto the carpets. So this is just a way where before the detail ever starts, you're going to make your life easier because you don't have to go back and clean up those areas where you spilled more dirt on the carpets when they're laid bare. Secondly, I'm going to take my air compressor and I'm going to start blowing, and I do this almost with every single detail, blow in between the seats and the console, or in between the seats or any tight areas. If I take my air compressor and blow to the front and to the back, essentially it eliminates the need for me to vacuum a bunch in between those really tight areas where, yes, I could fit a crevice tool in there, but I don't want to because I'm going to have to shove it in there, potentially scrape up the plastic on the console, and it just makes my life easier. A lot of detailers are wondering, how do I vacuum in between these areas? And my answer would be, don't. Blow it to the front and vacuum the surface dirt in the front where it's easy to get. Now, on to the carpet shampooing. Before I actually start shampooing the carpets, I'm going to take my microfiber towel that's folded into fourths, and I'm going to take a little bit of water and actually spray the water and dampen the towel, or at least the face of the towel that I'm using to scrub, with water. Why is this and why does nobody talk about it? I don't really know, but microfiber is not actually the most absorbent material in the world. It's really grabby and it's great at grabbing dirt, and you feel that when you push a microfiber towel like this that's like 300 to 350 GSM across a carpet. It's actually hard to keep it in the fourths because it's so sticky and kind of grabs the carpets. But if you come in with that microfiber towel that's totally dry, even if you've kind of soaked the carpet in carpet shampoo, you don't really spread the carpet shampoo around very well, and you don't grab it and absorb it very well. If you dampen the towel, water binds with water, and so if you dampen the towel, it actually does make it easier to move the towel across, just if you're using that to agitate the cleaner, which I am in this situation, and it makes it easier to ironically absorb the carpet cleaner rather than coming in just straight with a dry towel. Now, the next thing you're going to see me do is come in with the Zap It Carpet Cleaner, and in this case, I've added just a little bit water just to dilute it a tiny bit, which I don't always do. You can use it ready to use, but I'm doing this because I don't need the full cleaning power of it, and I'm spraying very lightly all of the areas that the weather mat doesn't natively cover. So all of the sides of the carpet, all of the exposed carpet in between the seats. Then I come in very quickly and very lightly and spray the general area. After that, I take my dampened towel and I use my microfiber with a little bit of water on it to actually scrub the carpets. This is one huge area where I speed things up. So many detailers are thinking, I gotta reach for the brush, I gotta reach for this, that. Actually, a microfiber towel, in my opinion, is one of the most underhyped tools in the detailing world, and it's incredibly effective to agitate and scrub carpets. So because these carpets don't need anything else, I'm not going to implement anything else. So I come in with that damp towel, I scrub all of the sides, I scrub the main area. I'm also absorbing some of that chemical at the same time. Then I'm going to come in with my steamer and I'm going to blow out and steam at the same time the hard to reach areas. That's the area between the seats and the console. It's the area under the seat. It's the sides. And what that does is not only does it activate the Zap It Carpet Cleaner just that much more because I'm blasting really, really hot air and pressure in that area, it also blows things to the back and to the front so I don't have to come in and vacuum the really hard to reach areas like I mentioned. But in addition to that, the steamer kind of is the fastest tool for me in a situation like this to, number one, help to eliminate odors in addition to the Zap It citrus-based cleaner, because it works as, in some sense, an enzyme cleaner, because it does help to eliminate odors, especially with organic spills like coffee and food and stuff like that. But secondly, the steamer is an agitator. It's a cleaner in and of itself. It's a sanitizer in and of itself. So after the steamer, I can come in with just a basic dry towel or my dampened towel, finish wiping it down, and move on to the next section. Now, why is it that this strategy and product speeds me up so significantly? Well, as you see me implement implementing the same strategy step by step that I just described on the other areas of the car I want to explain. Number one, the strategy itself is a very fast way to deal with carpets that are just in average condition on the average vehicle, which is what most of you are seeing anyways. Don't over break out tools and products when you don't need to. A steamer, a damp microfiber towel, and the product itself is truly all that you need. Secondly, the reason why this has sped me up so much is because, yes, I love things like the P&S 3-tiered carpet cleaning system, but when I'm dealing with a interior that is black, the carpets are not overly dirty, and there's a weird smell and an odor that I need to get rid of, I can actually combine my entire strategy into one product. And that's what I love about the Zap It Carpet Cleaner. That's why I'm using it in this particular situation. It is going to, number one, neutralize the odors. Number two, deal with organic messes without me having to implement an enzyme cleaner on top of it, because this citrus-based formula is really designed for spills, coffee, sodas, things like that. And because there's kids on the inside of this car, I don't know exactly where the smells are coming from. So I'm just going to treat all of the carpet with that. And by the way, it did knock out the odor just like I thought it would. And I only have to reach for one product. And that's really the kicker here. You really underestimate in your detail process if you're having to reach for this one, then this one, then this one, then grab this tool and this tool and this tool, how much time that adds, especially in an environment like carpet cleaning where it's already something that takes a little bit more time. You dramatically decrease the amount of time you spend when you're only reaching for one product, and when you have a systematized approach like I'm talking about with a simple agitation with my microfiber, using my steamer, coming into dry. Agitation with microfiber, steamer, dry. Now I have to also highlight that I do call this an all-in-one carpet cleaning product because I can not only just clean the carpets and neutralize the odors like I'm doing, I can also clean the plastic running boards that line the carpet. I can clean the plastic housing on the bottom of the seats that cover the metal areas where the seat actually locks into the floorboard. I can clean the lower areas of the console or the plastics close to where the passenger or driver's side feet sit that get super scuffed and super dirty, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm truly using it as an all-in-one to clean the plastics that line the carpets, as well as, by the way, the removable weather mats. Yes, I'm using the exact same product to clean the weather mats, using my drill brush to scrub them, and then my pressure washer to rinse all of them off. So it's obvious why, from my perspective as a professional, where I always say the products that I like to look for are the ones that are versatile, they're hyper concentrated, they can be used in a lot of different areas, and they're really, really effective, right? This obviously meets all of those standards, and it speeds me up. Might not be for you if you're a hobbyist, though, still a great chemical if you're a hobbyist, but if you're a professional trying to save time, this is exactly how you do it. You get the versatile product, you systematize your approach, and you make sure the chemical you're using is effective and actually does what it says it'll do. Most of the time in the detailing world, carpet shampoos are very fragmented or segmented, meaning you have your carpet shampoo, and you have your enzyme cleaner, which addresses maybe odors, and then you have actually smell and odor cleaners, right, that address those things. And sometimes in some instances, it's important to separate out those things because it's the only way. But in instances like this, with the average car, with the average kind of daily driver smell and the kids who are spilling stuff, this is exactly how I address it, because it combines everything into one single step. So guys, if carpet cleaning is slowing you down, that is one way to seriously speed yourself up, even in difficult situations like when there's smells that you don't know where they're coming from. And if you want my best detailing resources for free, go below to the YouTube description box, click wilsonautodetailing.com, and you can download what I call the Pro Detailing Toolbox, which is a full list of product and tools I suggest on a budget as you're getting started. I should also add that if you're looking to get Zap It Carpet Cleaner, my suggestion is actually that you buy it in person at Oreilly. It's generally the cheapest place to get it, and buying it on Amazon is of course an option, but because the Superior Products product line is so easily available at Oreilly, and Oreilly is everywhere, it's honestly just easier to go in person. And if this video helped you save time on carpets, click the video on screen where I'm going to show you how to clean interior glass perfectly every time with no streaks and without even using a glass cleaning product.